guys, back for day 5 of the VEDA challenge. Today we are talking about our pet peeves, things that annoy us or that we don't like in general, and to make sure that I stay on topic, or just that I could remember all of them, I made a list. So if I glance down, that would be the reason. And because I don't edit my vlogs, I do them and I post them, and I don't even watch them really to see what I look like or what I sound like, so kind of going on blind faith. So apologize that I'm not as cool as some people, like a certain John Pham who's out there. Anyway, moving on. Number one pet peeve, especially in the summertime, socks and sandals, or Crocs, or Tevas, or flip-flops, or Adidas flops. It makes me crazy, especially when they're the white crew cut socks that come all the way up to your knees and you have open-toed sandals. And it's just a bad look, and it's just unnecessary. If you're going to put on socks, put on tennis shoes. If you're going to not put on socks, then wear the sandals. I don't really understand why you have to do both. I don't get it. Rude people. I can't stand rude people who don't say thank you. Just, I guess, general impoliteness in society in general. I feel like a lot of societal norms that used to be chivalrous are no longer necessary, and also things that just kind of seem to be standard people don't do anymore, like sending thank you cards after you get them a really nice wedding present and then you never get a thank you card. Seems kind of weird to me. And while I love technology and Evite is a really cool website to invite people to events, I don't necessarily think that you should use it for your bridal shower, because you forget to include where you're being registered, and it just kind of loses that formal touch that it's kind of nice, and who doesn't like to get stationery in the mail with a cool invitation on it. So rude people, and then just kind of society's crumblings a little bit, I suppose, if that could be a pet peeve. People who don't clean up after their dog. I currently live in a fairly residential suburb, and there's a lot of dogs, and I love dogs, but it's not cool when people leave their dog droppings in my yard when I clean up jacks everywhere I go. I always take a ton of bags with me so that I'm prepared. I use the biodegradable ones so that I'm being friendly to Mother Nature, so I understand why some people are concerned about it, but they make them, and they're really not that expensive. So pick up after your dogs, people. It's not that difficult. Dirty dishes next to an empty dishwasher. I just don't get it. It takes the same amount of effort to put them in the sink as it does to put them into the dishwasher, so just throw them in there, and then you don't have to worry about it later. This one makes me crazy. If you send an email, and then you call me to make sure that I got the email, 5 minutes later, you could have just called me in the first place. You didn't need to send the email, and then call me. Or people who leave me a voice message and then text me to say, hey, I left you a voice message, call me. It could be one or the other, people. It doesn't have to be both. People who do not use blinkers in traffic. This makes me crazy. St. Louis doesn't have a ton of highways. We have 3 or 4 main ones, so they're fairly clogged and congested. And I think a lot of accidents could be avoided if people just use their blinkers like they were taught to in driving school, or when they learned to drive. Maybe they weren't taught that, but use your blinkers. It's helpful and it's safe. So that's another pet peeve. People who double park in parking lots, or people who stand there and wait for a parking spot forever. It makes me crazy. Oh, and people who don't cover their nose or their mouth when they cough and they sneeze. That's another pet peeve. I mean, you'd think that would just be kind of common sense, but I guess not. I'm sure that I will think of 100 more pet peeves as soon as I'm done with this, but I didn't want to post this one late at night today, so thought I would try and get it done this evening after work. So yeah, pet peeves. Vlogging day 5. Go VEDA. Really enjoying it. And I can't wait to watch everybody else's videos. See you tomorrow.